Welcome to another Goat Locker Racing production brought to you by Gill Insurance Advisors. Insurance you can trust. Jam Printing and Promotions. Amp up your marketing. Tracks for Vets. Restoring purpose, hope, and community to our nation's heroes and their families. Travis Lee Creative. Dare to create. G2G Trailers. Offering solutions for your trailering needs nationwide. Let Chuck the Trailer Guy know Goat Locker Racing sent you. Now buckle up for exciting door-to-door action with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. And good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Salute to America 100, brought to you by Goat Locker Racing. We have, I forget how many laps tonight, but my goodness. This is Jamie, and with me back fresh off of vacation is Pat back in the booth. We appreciate Eddie filling in while he was gone. So, Pat, what do you think we got in store for us tonight?
Well, I think we have 80 laps. We've got 80 laps of racing tonight. Darlington is so much fun. I've always had a blast at this track. I mean, you have to drive each end of this track so differently. I mean, you send these trucks off into turn one almost full throttle. You may breathe it a little bit getting through one and two, and then it just wants to get real loose coming off the corner. And then you head down into that very narrow, tight paperclip turn of 3 and 4 when you really got to slow that truck up, get it out to the wall, and try to power off coming down the start finish line. Anybody that's ever watched a race here knows about the Darlington stripe, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty of those tonight, Jamie.
Absolutely. Darlington is definitely a driver's track. You have to wheel this thing from start to finish. Not going to do it for you here at Darlington. So these drivers got their work cut out for them. It looks like they're going to have not only with the track too tough to tame, but they're also going to have their work cut out with them with Eddie Smith, who, as of right now, solidly on the pole. Well, it's official. He is the pole winner for tonight. That was a very good lap he put down. Let's take a look at that.
He's been strong all season long. I mean, a lot of great drivers in this series. Eddie has definitely risen up there. His teammate, Jonah Colbert, those guys over there at JC Motorsports have really been strong. But as we were talking a little bit pre-race, Jamie, they're putting in the work, and it is definitely showing. But it's good to see, those Goat Locker boys out here tonight with Cody McElwain in that Jam Promotions truck and Alex Cruz in the Gill Insurance Advisors truck. I think they're going to have something to say about who's going to win this race before it's all over and done with.
Oh, absolutely. And it's good to see Cody on the outside there, our teammate with Go Locker Racing. But now we're getting the grid up. We can start going through our starting lineup. As we said, on the pole, the number 25 of Eddie Smith from JC Motorsports. Starting second, the number 6 of Cody McElwain from Goat Locker Racing. Starting third, the number 88 of Jonah Colbert from JC Motorsports. Starting fourth, the number 49 from Indy Autosports, Scott Rankin. Starting fifth, number 48. Andrew Kurtz. Starting sixth, the number 9, another Indy Autosports driver, Trevor McManus. Starting seventh, number 22, William Piano Man Schroeder. Starting eighth, the number 114 of Travis Bieber. Starting ninth, number 18, our brother Ryan Pendleton. Starting 10th, number 7 of Noel Hanna.
Starting 11th is going to be Anthony Minton in that number 14 entry. Starting 5th is the other Goat Locker entry that we were talking about before, the Gill Insurance Advisors number 5 truck of Alex Cruz. Todd Schott coming in at 13th in the 426. Mike Bertosa in that number 97 truck starting 14th. Scott Sanderson, who's been real strong all year long as well, in that number 3, going to be starting 15th. Starting 16th is going to be the 00 of Anthony Radio. Starting 17th is going to be the 89 entry of Brandon Wallace. Starting 19th, Greg Swervin Sherman in that number 24, real cool looking patriotic DuPont scheme. And then starting shotgun on the field is going to be our friend and regular out here, Brian Brogan in that number 45.
And that is your starting lineup for the Salute to America 100.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get this race underway again. One of my favorite tracks. Always enjoy the racing here. These guys are going to definitely have a handful. I don't think I've ever raced a car that felt good at Darlington, but I've always had a blast with it. So wouldn't be surprised if we see some early trouble, and so these guys really get a feel for these trucks and get things sorted out. But looking forward to an exciting race tonight.
Absolutely. It's gonna be fun to watch these guys get it on around this little over a mile track, 1.3 miles.
Looks like the green flag is getting ready to drop as the pace truck is off, and we are underway. And Cody McElwain gets a great start to the outside of Eddie Smith. And so he's really going to have that preferred line coming off of 1 and 2. So outstanding start for Cody McElwain in that number 6 truck.
Yeah, that was definitely a power move there by Cody.
Well, I know Cody is he has been working hard and wants to get up front and be able to lead some laps here. So he definitely made a statement there on the start of the race and wants to get out there and get in control.
He sure did. Me and Eddie had talked about it a little bit earlier this week. I think it was Monday night. We talked about it, and Cody was one of the guys that he mentions that he always has to look out for when he enters a race. When he sees Cody, he knows he's going to have some work cut out for him. So as Cody earns the first Darlington stripe of the night, as he gets in there about the middle of 3 and 4. But
not going to really hurt these trucks too much, though. Really, where you're going to watch that is on the longer runs, but I don't think it's going to hurt him much, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the night, I personally say if you don't have a Darlington stripe, you didn't race hard enough.
That's right.
So if you're listening, Eddie, go ahead and get that truck into the wall. But good start all the way around as these guys have gotten things sorted out. We're kind of single file back through the field right now.
Yeah, everybody's kind of behaving themselves. They know they've got a long way to go here. No reason to push too hard at this point in time.
Now, tire conservation is going to be a big thing. I mean, you could go out there and you can push these trucks pretty hard and lay down some really good lap times for about 5, 6, 7 laps. But I mean, you're going to start paying the price for it. So as we kind of watch the gap up front and our 2 leaders of Cody McElwain and Eddie Smith, we'll have to see what kind of cat and mouse game they play, because it definitely looks like that gap has stabilized. Whether Cody's not quite pushing as hard right now, and if I know Eddie, he's probably just riding right now and conserving some of his equipment.
Yes, absolutely. And as we've seen in all these races here at the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series, these guys put down a lot of green flag laps. So it would definitely be in your best interest, especially early on in the race, just kind of take it easy and see how it's going to shake out, because you go out there like a bull in a china closet, you're probably going to be in a bad shape really quickly.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
As we've gone through the field here, we've noticed there has been several Darlington stripes earned so far tonight. I saw Todd Schott with a nice one. Mike Bertosa has one as well. So it's not just been Cody. I'd say probably half the field has got the nice little black stripe going down the side of their truck right now. I love it.
Yeah, and very typical stuff. I mean, especially in 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is really where people tend to pick it up a little bit, because you come out of 1 and 2 and you're able to drive real hard through that corner. And sometimes getting that truck wound up, down in 3 and 4, you get up there and just, give it a little love tap and keep that truck moving.
Yeah, they're definitely very different ends of the racetrack. 1 and 2, you can almost flat foot it through 1 and 2, maybe a little crack at the throttle just to kind of settle the truck down a little bit. But when you get down to turn 3, you've really got to get the truck slowed down and make that much shorter radius corner there to have a good run back up onto the front stretch. As we've completed 9 laps of our 80, Cody McElwain continues to lead with Eddie Smith hot on his tail. Actually, Cody loose off of turn 2. he gathers it back up and keeps. Oh, gets him another stripe.
Uh, he's he's racing tonight.
He sure is.
He ain't holding nothing back there.
Take a lap around old Darlington with Cody McElwain.
Again, just a lot of really good racing. And I mean, if you're watching that in car there from Cody, as he gets up into the wall again this time, it really sucks him up into the wall.
Yeah.
Eddie Smith gets by him. It looks like Jonah Colbert as well going down into 1 and 2 is going to be able to get by him. So Cody's definitely going to have to kind of back. Well, I say back it down a little bit. He almost looked like he was going to challenge Jonah for that second place there.
Yeah. Pat, Mama Ellingson is welcoming you back. She says she hopes you had a great vacation.
Well, I appreciate it. We did. We had a great camping trip, me and the family, and took our travel trailer out for a few days to one of the state parks, and I promise you, I got the sunburn to prove it. We were out at the pool and all kinds of stuff. It was an absolute blast, but more fun to be back here. Well, I won't say it's more fun, but it's glad to be back here racing. Especially here in the Goat Locker Series. Like you said, JB, I mean, a lot of great races. We've seen a lot of green flag runs. And man, just this group of drivers has been really impressive.
Yes, they have. And Christina, I hope you're not listening. I'm sure Pat really didn't mean that he was having more fun here than camping with you.
Hopefully she's not listening. But always good to be back at the track, though.
Yes.
Looks like Cody's got that truck settled back down into third place here. Just really, we've all been there at Darlington, Jamie. This track has a way of deceiving you and really suckering you into doing things that you probably shouldn't be doing. You think you can get a little bit more speed out of it. You think, I can get a little bit closer to that wall and get that diamond off a little bit better. And then the next thing you know, it just like a magnet grabs a hold of you.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy how that works. And when it gets you, you're not getting off of it until it's ready to let you go.
That's just the absolute truth there. So, what if you guys seem to be having a pretty good night? Ryan Pendleton sitting back there in eighth spot, having himself a decent night. Scott Sanderson's moved up 4 spots now in that number 93 entry, sitting back in 11th spot. Greg Sherman up 4 spots himself. So, guys having some decent nights here this evening, but most everybody's they've settled in almost where they've started. It's tough to pass here, and especially once the field gets spread out a little bit. You just kind of settle into your rhythm and get ready for that first pit stop of the night.
Yeah, I've been watching Scott Sanderson here. I guess he had a little issue in qualifying, but he's coming back now, working his way up towards the front as he's climbed into the 10th position. And I think he's really just biding his time right now, taking it nice and easy and just working his way through traffic.
It looks to me a lot of these guys, once they settled in single file, there hasn't been a whole lot of passing. Don't expect there really to be. What's really going to kind of mix this thing up is, one, if we do get a caution and another restart, but two, when we start gearing up for these green flag stops here in probably, 30 laps or so, we're going to really see how that starts to mix up the field here. Or if a couple of these guys are going to try a 2-stop strategy, not really sure what the drivers are thinking tonight.
As we just saw, Eddie Smith had his first dealings with lap traffic. Mike Bertosa did the gentlemanly thing and just kind of pulled down out of the way and let him go. So Eddie, once again, has clean track out in front of him.
Yeah, and it looks like, he's got his teammate back there, and Jonah Colbert, and the other JC Motorsports entry, and Trevor McManus having a pretty good night himself, sitting there solidly there in 4th, and slowly but surely creeping up on that 88 and 6 truck in front of him.
Yeah, I've been watching Trevor's times. He's definitely been gaining here over the last several laps. So we'll see, Trevor gets a chance. It gets up there. He's definitely going to give it everything he's got to get past Eddie Smith. Ooh,
He was
once
ooh,
again,
yeah.
Cody getting a little bit loose as he tried to make a move on Jonah Colbert there off of turn 2.
And that last lap around, it looked like Trevor McManus was the fastest truck on the track. Not by a whole lot there, but he's definitely, if not a tick better, definitely matching the leader's times right now. You can definitely tell the 88 and 6 were mixing it up a little bit, because that lap they were both 3 and 4/10 slower than our leader as they were. Yeah, and looks like Cody McElwain is going to look to the inside of that 88 truck again. Sends it down into 3 and 4, able to clear him. I hold my breath every time he gets close to that wall now. So forgive the pause. And now looking like Trevor McManus is looking to make the move on Jonah, going down into, oh my goodness, going down into 1. That was close, Jamie.
Yeah, 1 is definitely, that's a tough place to try to set up that pass. I've found at Darlington, your best bet really is to try to set it up to where you get the good run off of 4 and make your move on that front stretch. As Jonah Colbert's out on the wall and he collects Trevor McManus.
That is
We've
going
got
to be
a
our
caution.
first yellow of the night. Tough break there. Looked like Jonah got up into the wall.
Yes,
Trevor tried to get down, and almost looked like a little net coat got a hold of him there, Jamie.
Yeah, let's see if we can come back and take a look at that. Here they come in down into turn 1. Jonah tried to stay high, and yeah, I think everybody was trying to do everything they could to stay off of each other, but iRacing had different ideas there. So that's going to bring out our first caution on lap 22. Leaders are headed to pit road. I imagine we will see everybody on the lead lap come down pit road at this time.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a chance, they've got 3 sets of tires sitting in the pits. We are 23 laps into this thing, so they only got to go 20 laps on a set of tires. So it makes all the sense in the world right now to go ahead, come down pit road, get you a fresh set of tires, and get back after it again. And it now looks like, because the 88 is all kinds of banged up. I still see him out on the track at this point in time. So not sure if he actually went a lap down during all that or what happened there. Why he wouldn't have brought his truck down pit road already, because it's beat up pretty good.
Eddie Smith is going to win the race off of pit road. We'll have to see how it updates with timing and scoring here after they catch back up to the field, because I'm looking like several people did stay out.
They got to be, yeah. I see most of them, they're all coming down pit road at this point in time, so they must have just missed it the first time around or something.
Okay.
That's sometimes with Darlington, and I kind of noticed this really this time around. It's like pit lane opens very quickly, and unless you're really paying attention to what's going on, you could miss it being open, or you're already trying to catch up to the field, to catch up to the back of the field or whatever, and then you miss that pit lane was open. And I think that might have been what happened to a couple of these guys as we see our first 3 or 4 trucks made it to pit road, that first time around. But a lot of trucks coming back down pit road the second time, as William Schroeder is still out on the track. So
yeah,
definitely playing a little bit.
Piano Man definitely was on the lead lap, so the fact that he has not pitted by now means he probably isn't going to. So he's going to try a little strategy here to see if he can't make up some track position. Hope for maybe a quick caution and come back in and make his pit stop. Have to see how that unfolds, but if nothing else, he's at least led a lap here.
He's definitely staying out for sure. So we'll have to see how the trucks on fresh tires are able to navigate around him. Piano Man's a great driver. I know he'll give a lot of room and all that other stuff, but sometimes during some of these races, you got to try some different things if you're going to get the win. Especially if you notice maybe you're just a touch off on speed or whatever.
Right.
So try a little bit different strategy. See if you can't mix it up a little bit. For him, he's going to have an extra set of tires that nobody else has, and so that might be a little bit of his strategy at this point in time. Maybe he drove, a little bit easy during that first stint. He realizes he's probably going to drop back through the field right here, but he's going to be the only guy with 3 sets of tires in the pits right now.
And I just saw Jonah Colbert made another pit stop, and it looks like he did come and use fast repair on that time. Got a nice, clean-looking truck once again.
Probably one of those circumstances. You come down, you get some optionals done, you get back out on the track, and you're like, the engine still doesn't sound right here, so I'm going to have to use that fast repair up because he did hit the wall pretty hard. And then, of course, when Trevor McManus got into it, but that pace truck has hung the hard left down pit road, and we're getting ready to get back underway here with William Piano Man Schroeder in control of this race. It's a good restart there. Looks like he spins the tires a little bit. He's wagging back and forth. He drops down to the inside to make sure he doesn't cause any issues. And now Eddie Smith is taking control of this with Cody McElwain in second. We've got Scott Rankin back in third, and Alex Cruz has moved himself all the way up in the 4th spot, Jamie.
Nice move by Alex Cruz to get himself up there, gain that track position. Good run for him so far.
We got some trucks that are still side by side back through the field here a little bit, but our top, I will call it 8, 9, 10 drivers now are all single file. And as we go back through the field here a little bit, like I said, we got a few. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. It looks like the number 18 of Ryan Sanderson has gotten into it with another truck back there, and I couldn't quite catch the number of the other truck.
Okay.
I apologize. That's Ryan Pendleton.
I see a little damage to the right front of Ryan's truck. Other than that, the truck looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Him and another truck got tangled up together, and I couldn't quite see what the other one was, but they both got them straightened out pretty quickly. Didn't look like either truck had a whole lot of damage to it. So, but I'm seeing a couple drivers right now that are going to be pitting in. Travis Beaver has already made the call that he's coming down pit road. So,
yeah, my guess would be that Ryan and Travis got into it because Travis's truck is a little beat up, a little more worse for wear than Ryan's was. Unfortunately, didn't get the notification on the incident, so I can't go back and look at it.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to catch them, especially what I'm going to call quick ones like that,
Right.
where the two trucks just kind of get into each other. It's enough for iRacing to go, well, I think something big's getting ready to happen, and they get everything straightened out. So, but good to see both those trucks who didn't take too much damage. Should be able to get things fixed up here, and we'll have to see how this, again, continues to play out for some of these trucks. Obviously, all our leaders staying out. They only got about a lap on those tires right there, so got to save the tires for later in the race.
And Piano Man picked up some damage from somewhere. He's in the pits. He's not going to use his fast repair. Going to get whatever he can get fixed. It doesn't look too bad. But he definitely picked up a solid Darlington stripe and has some impact there on the right front fender. But a little early enough, he can get away with this for right now and use that fast repair later on.
Yeah. So we're coming up and completing 30 laps here of our scheduled 80 here tonight in the Salute to America 100. And just a lot of fun to come to a track like this on a holiday weekend. To kick off the holiday weekend coming up, and as we celebrate the birth of America, and all of us do it different ways. As we were talking a little bit before the broadcast, I've got about $500 worth of freedom sitting downstairs that I can't wait to shoot off on Sunday.
$500 of freedom.
That's right. I got those whistle bangers. I can't do that whole thing from from Joe Dirt. But
all you need is the black cats or the black snakes.
Yep, those are always fun.
No, they're not. They're boring.
Well,
They're terribly boring.
I only say that because I think one of my kids is staring at me right now, and they actually enjoy them.
Okay, all right.
So it's kind of like telling them, hey, the whole, if they think they're cool, they are boring though. But they do make this new one that it's still a snake at the end of the day, but it looks like it's a cardboard dog that looks like it's pooping. So like when you light the little black snake, it just looks like this giant. Well, you get the picture.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you get the picture. I'm telling you, that right there, nothing says America more than that right there. Land of the free, home of the dog pooping fireworks.
That is true. The lights are off on the pace truck. They're lined up side by side. Eddie Smith will have control of the field once the pace truck clears.
And this time around, I mean, those Goat Locker boys are lined up on the outside there. And Alex is going to have the preferred line. And that outside line is where you want to be now. Eddie definitely is going to be able to control this restart, hopefully he makes sure that he can clear Cody McElwain going down into one. But no matter where you're at on this track, you want that outside line.
Yes.
Oh.
Eddie gets a good jump there.
Yeah, he kind of checked up the field a little bit there and then went and you got to do what you got to do to be able to clear those trucks and get on the outside, as Cody McElwain is really putting on the pressure at this point in time. Cruz looked like he got a little loose getting into one or something, because Scott Rankin gets around him, and the 48 truck as well of Andrew Kurtz gets around him.
Well, Alex is a very patient driver, so Alex is probably willing right now to give up these spots and just take it easy, take care of his tires. Again, we saw what happens when you run real hard, and there is definitely fall off here, so got to watch out for that. It's everybody feels like a hero when you got the 4 feel goods on there.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know when we're going to get into a long run, or we're going to get into a series of sprints here. So you've got to be able to conserve the tires a little bit, but still at the same time, I don't know that there's too many tracks that we come to where track position is more important than Darlington.
Yes, absolutely. We've seen how difficult it is to pass on the first run there. Cody, it took several laps for him to finally get his way around Jonah Colbert. He was trying, it looked like he was faster, but just so difficult to pass, because you don't want to get into somebody, and there's just not a whole lot of room here because it pretty much is a one groove track. I tell you, Pat, I think I'm going to go over to Mike Browning's house for the 4th of July, because he says he's got $2,000 of freedom.
I'll tell you,
I don't know what you do with $2,000 of freedom in one night. That's a lot. That's a lot to set off.
I can better show you than tell you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Man, there's always a one-upper out there, but we'll have to exchange some pictures on Discord or something. But it's always a lot of fun. I mean, it's if you ask my youngest son, this is his favorite holiday of the year. They enjoy getting out there and having fun with it, and I do too as well. And nothing like seeing all the American flags waving and just the patriotism that comes out this time of year.
Yeah, I'll admit, probably when I was young, it was probably my favorite holiday too. take a look at the battle between, well, it's not so much of a battle anymore, between Cody and Eddie Smith from Andrew Kurt's perspective. It was a little closer a little bit ago, but I was kind of late getting on this view. Oh, I've had a couple single car accidents, it looks like. Mike Bertos's had an issue. Anthony Radel apparently has had an issue. Go back and see if we can see what happened to Anthony.
As our top two trucks right now, Eddie Smith and Cody McElwain, are similar on lap times. I mean, Eddie's probably just a tick faster at this point in time. So we'll see how it continues to go here a little bit, what kind of strategy is playing out between the two. Whether it's a little bit of tire conservation or whether they're just pressing hard right now. But both of them in the 30.3 range. Andrew Kurt's right behind them as well. So we've got some guys that are still laying down some good laps here. It's just going to be a matter of how long they can keep these trucks, pointed in the right direction and really keep those tires happy.
Yeah, as we saw on a race replay there, Anthony Radel, and it looked like the 114 of Travis Bieber got together, and Anthony Radel went around. Unfortunately, iRacing didn't throw a caution there. And I know it's not easy doing this announcing and race control, but they could have spoke up, and we could have thrown a caution for them too. So.
Yeah, it looks like the 00 of Anthony Radel is smoking right now going down the backstretch. So he's definitely going to have to bring it down pit road here and get some repairs done. He is well off the pace here. I say that as he continues to lap around down the apron. I can't imagine that truck's going to last much longer though. It's smoking pretty good.
See if he's gonna get down to pit. It looks like he's trying to get to pit lane this time. Yeah, he has. Taking that truck. Not sure if he's got another fast repair or if he has one left. They only get one, but I'm not sure if he had to use it earlier. Way to his pit. Let's see what happens. And he had his fast repair, so he will be back in action. Unfortunately for him, this is under green, so he's going to lose at least one lap here. Now we've got back to racing. It's got that green flag. Look to it again as we've completed 43 of 80 laps. We'll take a run through the field here. And again, we got Eddie Smith here. He's our leader. We've had a couple of lead changes between him and Cody McElwain. Cody McElwain currently running in second. Cody McElwain out of Gilbertown, Alabama.
We got a pretty good little battle going on back here for fourth and fifth as Scott Sanderson is really picking his way up through the field and had a pretty good run on Scott Rankin in that 49 Indy Auto Sports truck going into 3, decided better of it. So he's kind of dropped back of him at this point in time. But Scott Sanderson up 10 spots, moving his way up through the field now.
Yeah, we knew he was just back there biding his time. Earlier when we talked about him, he was running in 10th. Here he is in 5th place. Made it to the top 5.
It looks like Noel Hanna's had some troubles as he was slow on the track and got passed by a couple different trucks. I think he got into the wall a little bit and had to back out of it. And now he's back underway and looks like he's trying to pass. Well, he thinks better of it. And it looks like he was trying to make a challenge on Trevor McManus in that number 9 truck, but backs out of it. So I think another good Darlington stripe found itself another customer.
Yeah. Alex Cruz continues. He's having a good, solid run here in 7th place.
As we take a look back at Tony Minton now, that I don't care who you ask. I know we have the argument every race about which Captain Crunch is better, and every time you're wrong, and that's okay. But Tony out having himself a good night tonight, man. Looking real good in that 9th position in that Captain Crunch truck. Just I don't know, just one of those cool paint schemes, man. You don't think of that as a paint scheme until you see it, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like it. He did a really good job with that one. I'm pretty sure he painted it himself.
Yeah, good looking truck though, real good looking truck.
Yeah. And behind him is Ryan Pendleton, that 18 truck. He is 8 laps down and has got him another Darlington stripe there.
And right now, William Pianoman Schroeder sitting solidly in the top 10. So, I know he's had a little bit more of a difficult night. And look like Scott Sanderson, the 93 truck, is on pit road. I don't know if this is a strategy play at this point in time or what's going on.
Yeah, I don't see any damage. That is just a routine stop. You don't get over a 5,000 I rating for nothing. So Scott's definitely got a plan that he's working on here.
That's an interesting call.
And that's going to bring Brian Brogan up into the top 10. Brian in that New York Islanders paint scheme. Fortunately for Brian, his Islanders didn't win the Stanley Cup this year. I know Brian was disappointed with that. But Brian's also a Miami Dolphins fan, so he is well accustomed to disappointment.
I knew that was coming.
You can get rid of paint scheme, Brian, but we're not going to stop talking about it.
We still love you, brother, but you definitely got to find some better sports teams.
Let's see. Let's take a look at Todd Schott running in 11th place. Another Alabama driver from Irvington, Alabama. I know where Cody's about at or around. I'm not sure where Irvington is at. Right behind Todd Schott is the 114 of Travis Bieber. I know Travis and Anthony Radel got together earlier. Travis survived that incident and continues to run solidly on the lead lap here. And behind him in 13th place is Uncle Greggy. Uncle Greggy got that picture. Ooh, Uncle Greggy just got him a Darlington stripe. And he wonders why we call him Greg Swervin Sherman. But he's running that nice patriotic DuPont paint scheme. I like it.
I tell you, Damien, I don't know if you should focus in on drivers. It seems like every time you start talking about them, they get a stripe.
I guess so. That's what everybody tunes in for. They love it.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. As Eddie Smith continues to lead here this evening, him and Cody McElwain have kind of traded back and forth a little bit. The gap has stayed somewhat steady. I think Eddie, is kind of pulling away little by little. He's coming up on a couple of lap trucks right now, but they're getting well out of his way. As we just got done talking about Greg Swervin Sherman, he is going to be the next truck to go a lap down as Eddie Smith is pulling up to his tailgate right now.
And Greg does the right thing and just gets out of his way and lets him go. And it looks like Greg's going to bring that 24 truck to pit road.
Well, I think a couple of these guys, what they're doing right now is, if my calculations are correct, they only had about 50 to 55 laps of fuel. And when we went back to green, we still had just on the outside edge of that. I don't think anybody could make it on fuel. So Ryan said, we saw Ryan Sanderson come down pit road in that number 93 entry to get, fuel and tires. I think what he was doing was just splitting this last and getting another call from Scott Rankin that he's going to be pitting this time by. So I think we're going to start to see a lot of activity on pit road here. But I think some of these guys were splitting this in half, and that's when they were going to come down pit road.
Oh, and Scott Rankin, is he going to save that? Nice. That was some Tokyo drift right there, Scott. He gathered that thing up. Looks like he avoided a black flag. He's going to make his way to his pit stall, and he's picked himself up a nice stripe there with some damage to the right front fender as well. See if he uses his fast repair.
I see Alex Cruz is on pit road right now as well. So we got some trucks coming down pit road to get service and tires. And we'll have to see where as it continues to go. Eddie Smith is on pit road right now. So we see that number 25 truck down on pit road. Cody McElwain has been on and off pit road. I see him coming off pit road right now. So there's a lot of activity on pit road right now, Jamie.
Yes, that's going to turn the lead over to Jonah Colbert. As well, he's going to turn that lead over to someone else because he's bringing that 88 truck to pit road.
We're going to have to see where this cycles out between Cody McElwain and Eddie Smith. See just who got on and off pit road a little bit better than the other one. As Eddie Smith is just now coming off pit road, and there goes Cody McElwain right on by.
Wow. That really could be the difference in the race because if Cody gets that truck out in the fresh air, he might be able to take advantage of that and put enough gap on Eddie that it's going to be too late to catch him. But that's got the lead is now turned hands over to Tony Minton in the 14 truck as he now brings that truck to pit road. Our next leader should be Piano Man Schroeder, 22.
So we are closing in on 20 laps to go here in this race. Green flag stops are still cycling through at this point in time, but when that is all said and complete, Scott Sanderson is going to be the new leader of this race because he pitted 7-8 laps before our leaders, so he had the advantage of 7 or 8 laps of fresher tires. He is going to be the leader of this race. He is going to have looks like about a 1.5 seconds right now over Cody McElwain, who's closing in very quickly. And then Eddie Smith lost quite a bit of time there on pit road. He's going to be waiting for time and scoring to catch up here a little bit, but almost 4 seconds behind, it looks like.
Yeah, not sure. I didn't see if he had any issues. I saw him as he was on pit road making his way to his pits. Maybe he had to back up, but you're right. Cody McElwain is definitely eating into Scott Sanderson's lead. He's closed within a second, and he's done that very quickly within a matter of lap or so.
Yeah, he's about a half a second per lap faster at this point in time. And that right there is a great snapshot of the difference in tires. Cody McElwain's got 8 lap fresher tires and is just eating him up. As we are under 20 laps to go here in our Salute to America 100, Cody McElwain is there. And Scott Sanderson pulls down to the inside to let him by on the out. And once Brian Brogren and Travis Bieber make it to pit road, he will take over the lead of this race.
Classy move by Scott Sanderson there. He recognized that Cody definitely had the fresher tires and was just way faster. And oh, come on.
They don't know which way to go when they're going to bottle him up. Oh, my gosh. This is not good.
No, and Cody's into the back of the 114. Scott Sanderson's going to retake the lead here.
And that's going to really draw in Eddie Smith at this point. Oh, that is a tough break there. It is now the 14 truck goes around. Looks like it clips the side of Eddie Smith, and we are going to have a caution. What a tough break.
Well, by my count, they should all have at least one set of tires left. This is going to give Scott Sanderson a chance to equalize himself, as I'm sure they will all come down and take that last set of tires here. They'll have probably about 14 laps to go once we get back to green flag racing.
That's a tough break there. A couple of lap trucks that were just really on older tires, just couldn't get out of the way or didn't know which way to go, and really bottled up our leaders there and caused that.
Yeah, I'm sure they just didn't realize, how much quicker Cody was really gaining on them, because they were kind of focused on each other as they were side by side there. Uh, kind of a
Yeah,
tough situation, but I don't know. That definitely could have been avoided. So
as Eddie Smith has brought his truck down pit road, it looks like our other leaders have just stayed out. So must have not taken any damage or anything along those lines. It looked like Eddie did take a little bit of damage there, so wanted to take the safe route. But Cody McElwain stays on track here, so we'll have to see how this running order shakes out.
well, Eddie Smith did come down pit road. I'm
Yes.
seeing him exiting off now. If you said he went down pit road, I missed that. I'm sorry.
He did. He brought his truck
Okay.
down, and I'm just seeing some different pit strategies going on right now. Because now we see Trevor McManus bring his truck down. Cody McElwain stays out on track, so Jonah Colbert's still out on track. So it's going to be interesting to see here, as it looks like our top 4 trucks have stayed out, while the rest of the trucks have come down pit road and grabbed a fresh set of tires. With 14, well, I mean, by the time we take the green, Jamie, we're going to have about 12 laps to go.
Well, curious to see if they get the one to go this time around. So I guess I'd put them at 13. We'll have to see. Um,
So there's not going to be a whole lot of time left. Again, I mean, we saw the difference in tires there. 8-lap tires was a half a second on the track. So now some of these guys on fresh tires are going to have a few trucks to try to work their way through, but
mm-hmm. And they're
it's
not.
going to be tough.
And those guys that they got to work through are not going to be pushovers. That's Alex Cruz, Scott and Eddie will have to get through. Scott Rankin, Jonah Colbert. Then they have to catch Cody, and then pass Cody. So it's going to be a tall task, even with those fresher tires.
Those are the calls I always hate making in race, Jamie. You get into these situations, you're like, do I stay out? Do I grab tires? If I stay out, how many people stay with me? Or if I come down pit road, how many people come with me? And you just got to go with your gut sometimes and understand what your race has been like and what your truck can and can't do. And then hopefully just be able to maintain, control of the race from this point forward, because, guys like Scott Sanderson and Eddie Smith are going to be coming.
Our buddy Brian Brogan continues to have a good solid night. He's running ninth, up 11 spots from his starting position.
Can't pick a sports team, but man, he can drive a truck apparently.
He can.
It's really great racing here tonight. It's been awesome to watch. It's been awesome to call. Everything from the green flag stops to how things were cycling out. We've had a couple of cautions and incidents, and I don't know what our Darlington stripe count is, but it's well up over 20. So it's been an awesome race here so far. As that pace truck hangs the hard left, hand control of this race back over to Cody McElwain, and we're going to have to see how he can do on these little bit older tires. Great start, holds him late in the restart box there. So gets an awesome start, and now we're going to have to see whether or not he can hold off for the next, 12 laps here. And, we got a truck into the wall here, but he gets off the wall, and we're going to stay green. So everything is good there. Ryan Sanderson and Andy Smith are now going to be battling for that 4th position. As Jonah Colbert and Scott Rankin are now in 2nd and 3rd. And now Ryan Sanderson hangs a hard right under Eddie Smith. So those two on brand new tires are really battling between each other.
And
they're going to have to get it sorted out if they're going to get up front.
And that's what Cody wants to see, because while they're racing each other, they're not really gaining on him.
They've got, oh, and Eddie Smith almost gets, jeez. Sorry, audience. Almost gets into the back of the 93 truck. Those two boys are racing hard as they know that, they are on the freshest tires. And if they can get up here and get past these top three trucks, they're going to have to settle it between them. But, I mean, laps keep ticking off. They've still got 3 trucks to get around.
We have 10 laps to go when they come across the start-finish line this next time by.
And Eddie Smith gets to the outside of Ryan Sanderson, so those 2 trucks continue to battle.
Wow. This is racing right here, folks. Going through Darlington side by side through 3 and 4. And that's a power move by Eddie Smith in the 25 right there, taking Scott Sanderson on the outside. That's a cold trickle move right there. That's special staggered tires that got him that.
I mean, that was an absolute power move. Eddie had been setting that move up for a couple of laps there, coming off at 2, and he just couldn't quite get to the outside of that number 93 truck. He finally does. He's able to clear him. And Jonah Colbert is pulling up on the tailgate of Cody McElwain right now, and we're going to have 5 trucks that are going to be battling for the win here very shortly, as we are coming up on 8 laps to go.
Eddie Smith is closed up on the back of Scott Rankin and moves to the inside. Oh!
Gets into him a little bit there.
Well, Scott holds it together. I don't know. Man, that is 2 big saves by Scott Rankin tonight. One on pit road and one, I don't know how he held onto that truck there. That was an amazing job.
And now Cody McElwain is going to have a mirror full of those 2 JC Motorsports trucks. As 88 truck of Jonah Colbert, I don't know that it'll put up a whole lot of a fight here, but we'll have to see. Oh my goodness, he sends it down in there. Pushes up in the middle, and that's going to allow Eddie Smith to get underneath him. And I think it's going to only a matter of time at this point, Jamie. Eddie Smith has been able to carve his way up through the traffic, and now sets his sight on our leader of Cody McElwain.
But Scott Sanderson closes up on the back of Jonah Colbert now. And this is still going to benefit Cody if Scott Sanderson's able to clear Jonah and regain the fight with Eddie Smith. That might be the difference in the race here for Cody McElwain.
Yeah, the tires will start to equalize. Oh, Cody gets into the wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Eddie Smith is all over the tailgate there. Cody pulls down and is going to give Eddie the outside. Oh, my God. And there's not a whole... Oh, they touch a little bit there. Now they're... Golly. And Jonah Colbert's trying to get to the outside. Cody kind of pinches him there a little bit, and Ryan Sanderson is now under the 90. It's his 93 truck under Jonah Colbert.
Wow. These guys are going at it. They're racing about as hard as you can without killing each other.
Eddie Smith back out to the point. We're coming up on 4 laps to go here. Ryan Sanderson has moved himself into second position, so those 2 trucks are on equal tires. We'll have to see if Ryan Sanderson's going to be able to do anything with Eddie Smith at this point in time. As now Cody McElwain has settled back into 3rd place, and him and Jonah Colbert are on about the same tire strategy. So we'll have to see really if these 2 guys, what the battle for 3rd shapes up like. So we are now 3 laps to go here in our Salute to America 100, brought to you by Goat Locker Racing. Been a great race so far, and Jonah Colbert gets underneath Cody McElwain for 3rd place. Doesn't quite clear him. Clears him at this point in time, and now moves his number 88 truck into 3rd place.
Yeah, I think Cody is just, he's worn that truck out. Scott Rankin is closing up on him now, along with his teammate Alex Cruz. As Eddie Smith makes his way around the lap traffic. Should be 1 to go here at the line. Oh, sorry, we're on the backstretch.
Holy smokes, what a race. A lot of back and forth, a lot of different
Yeah,
strategy here.
that was incredible driving between Eddie Smith and Cody McElwain for that lead. And this is the white flag lap. The white flag is out. Eddie Smith has a comfortable lead over Scott Sanderson as he comes off of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Oh, and 48 truck gets into the back of the 6 there, really messes him all up, and Cody's going to dropping back through the field right now.
Eddie Smith off turn 4 to the start-finish line is going to win the Salute to America 100 here at Darlington Raceway. Outstanding run for Eddie. Scott Sanderson second. Jonah Colbert rounding out the top 3. Man. Folks, if you can find better racing somewhere else, please point me to it. Because, I don't know. What do we have? 3 cautions here at Darlington?
Yeah.
3 cautions for 80 laps. I mean, that's impressive in itself. We saw guys going door to door, racing each other hard, but still with, not just taking each other out. They were all legitimate racing moves. So again, say it every week in this series. Hats off to these guys and the show they put on. I mean, this was fun to watch.
Yeah, it absolutely was, and just a lot of great racing. These guys really racing each other. I mean, raced each other hard. I mean, we saw some door to door, beating and banging a little bit here at Darlington. But I mean, man, yeah, put on a hell of a show.
Absolutely. Yeah, racing each other hard, but it's hard to find. It is really hard to find a group of drivers that can do that and still hold on to their trucks. There's a lot of beating and banging going on all over the place on iRacing. Let's be honest about that. I mean, that's happening all the time. But most of the time, it ends up in a wadded up truck one way or the other, or car, whatever you're racing in. The fact that these guys were able to go out there and do that at race speed. We saw Scott Rankin through 1 and 2. That truck was sideways, and he was able to hold on to it and keep it going straight without bringing out a caution. I mean, that was incredible driving. These guys impress me every week.
They really do. Just the quality of driving that he put on, had a lot of respect for one another. Listening to the race comms, throughout the race and even after the race, and these guys talking to each other about, hey man, we raced hard, that was a lot of fun, or hey man, hey, sorry for getting into you, or whatever it is. So again, can't comment enough on the quality of drivers and the show that these guys put on each and every week here in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series.
Absolutely. If you see Eddie hanging out around there, why don't you get him up here and let's talk to that feller.
Oh boy. Let me see if I can't go. Hey Eddie, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey fellers.
I see you on the other end of it, Eddie.
I know it. Ooh.
That thing is getting worse and worse, man. I think you're drawing it out a little too much there. I think we need to shorten the feller. But good to have you up in the booth. I know I was gone this week, and I know you and Jamie were calling some races, but glad to be back here at the track. And, man, you put on a heck of a show tonight, man, from the drop of the green flag all the way through the race there. But it definitely didn't come easy. So take me through your race tonight and how you brought that number 25 truck home with the win.
Wow. Well, that was a lot to process. It's gonna be hard for me to really think about everything that happened there. There's just so much. The first part of the race, I kind of forget. But coming down to green flag pit stops, I completely slid about 45 degrees getting on the pit road. I thought I spun out. When we came out of green flag pit stops, Cody had a 3-second lead on me, and I knew I was in trouble. Was trying to run him down. Cody got caught up in some lap traffic and just kind of got stalled up there. And then I was able to run him down. And then One of the guys spun, and I ran right into him. I could not get away from him. So I had no choice but to come down that next caution and get 4 tires and get a fast repair, and it turned out to be the right call, I think, because I think even 5 or 6 laps newer tires made a huge difference there. So
Yeah, hey, Eddie, congratulations, man. That was an amazing win. Can't say enough about the job you guys did out there. I mean, racing each other hard, but still being respectful, beating and banging, but not taking each other out. That it was phenomenal. But I gotta know, man, winning's cool and all, but really, is winning this race better than being up in the booth with me last night and Monday?
Be honest. Think about that and be honest before you answer that, Eddie.
It's way better than being in the booth. 100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
I couldn't wait to get out of the booth. See Pat, see his name up on the list. I was so excited. I was like, yes. No, we had a blast last week. I enjoyed the hell out of that. But yeah, this is one of the few races that we've actually got to race really, really hard with everybody. And that last little restart, I'm gonna save that replay because I'm about to go back and watch it. I gotta apologize a little bit to Scott Sanderson. He saved me a little bit by not wrecking. I tagged his, I think, a right rear on the straight one time, and he was able to save it. So definitely nothing intentional. We was racing really hard, and he kind of saved me there and didn't make me look like a total ass. So I appreciate him. And want to give shout out to Cody. What an awesome battle for the lead there. Got a little beating and banging, and I love it, dude. It's so much fun. So shout out to him. So.
All right, man.
All right.
Oh, go ahead, Pat.
Well, I mean, congratulations on the win tonight, man. Always great to see you out on the track. Great to see that number 25 truck bring it home with the win. I know you gave a couple shout outs there, but any other sponsors or anything you want to thank?
No, I just feel like Colton the other night, Jamie. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Ah.
I don't know what to do with my hands, man. That was such an exciting race, man. I just want to thank everybody up there for just being able to do really hard racing, man. It's just every week it's the same thing. It's the same. I feel like I'm a broken record, but being able to get up there and just race guys side by side, racing Cody hard in the 3 and 4, you can't do that anywhere else. So only here can you get that type of racing, man. So I just appreciate the whole field. Everybody's just so respectful. We're talking it out after the race, making sure everybody's good. So I don't want to take it too long, and I already have. But man, just so much respect for everybody on this field. It's just so much fun. So thank y'all in the booth, and y'all have a good night.
All right, Eddie. Thanks, man. So Pat, I'm not sure if you probably weren't able to tune in Monday night.
No.
Colton Langford in the Street Stocks, Magic Monzo Street Stock Series. He's a relatively new driver. He was running second, final lap. He gave it everything he had to try to catch the leader, Cody. I can't remember what his last name is, but anyways, went sideways, off of the 4th turn trying to catch him. Ended up finishing 3rd, but that was a podium finish, his first podium finish. And when he got on the interview, he was so excited. He said he couldn't even feel his hands were numb. He couldn't even feel them. He was so excited. And man, I mean, that just meant a lot to me and Eddie to be able to to have somebody up there that had that much excitement. And if he feels that way over finishing 3rd, I want to be there when the guy wins a race.
I do too, man. Sounds like we missed something there. So let's grab up Scott Sanderson and give him a talk to. Thanks, Scott. It's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, that was some tough racing tonight. Different strategies. No, the qualifying effort didn't go quite the way you wanted it to go, but you were able to saw your way up through that field. Took a little bit different pit strategy there. You stopped a little early on the green flag run and got that truck out front, and then were able to bring it home in 2nd place. So take me through your night and how you brought that number 93 truck home with the podium finish.
Oh, yeah, like you said, qualifying, iRacing kind of dropped the ball on that one. I ran out of talent coming out of 2 because the tires were still ice cold, and just spun around, didn't hit anything, never went the wrong way, nothing, got instantly disqualified. So don't know exactly what's going on there. They got some work to do on that front, in my opinion. But yeah, that kind of got me behind the 8 ball to even before they even dropped the green flag. And and ran up to the field pretty quick. Got up to ninth, I think, ninth or seventh on that first caution. And I had missed when pit road opened, so that got me behind the 8 ball yet again. And luckily, I didn't lose too many spots there on that. And when that long green flag run happened, like you said, I pitted quite a bit early because I noticed I was losing time. I was running quite a bit different line through 3 and 4. I was gaining time for the first about 5 to 10 laps, but then I would have cooked the right front off of it, and I was just losing too much time there. I wasn't very good through 3 and 4 and losing time in 1, 2. So I knew I had to try something different. And cautions fell my way in the end and ended up taking my last set of tires. I knew I had to keep Eddie back there, and we got to racing real hard. And I was just so sideways out of 2. I don't know what's going on with this tire model, or if I just lack the talent to only turn 2, or what's going on there. But he ended up getting by me, raced me clean and hard. So we did get together on the backstretch a little bit, but hey, rubbin's racing, and yeah, that was the move that cost me the win at least. So can't complain overall, especially for fighting an illness. So.
Hey, Scott, it's Jamie, man. Congratulations on a strong run. Yeah, we definitely had our eye on you as you were working your way through the field. I just lost track of what I was going to say again. Man, it's happening a lot tonight. So
Pick
anyway,
a heck of a day to stop sniffing glue.
I guess, man. I guess. I apologize for that, man. But yeah, you know, strong run for you. Definitely, you had a shot at the win there, but it's a little bit short. Second place, pretty good. So, anybody you need to thank? Sponsors, shout outs?
No sponsors, but shout out to first the veterans and post, present, everything that they do for us. Got to tip our hats off to them, not just on Veterans Day and all that, and Memorial Day, and that's really the only people on my bucket list, other than you guys here, just for putting on a great league. So
We appreciate
We
it, man.
appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate it, brother. As we always say, you know, this league is built by veterans for veterans, and we love having you guys out here. And we can't comment enough on the great group of drivers that we have, and appreciate the kind words and all that as we get ready to celebrate the birth of our country this weekend. No better way to kick it off, man. So get out there and celebrate that podium finish, man, and we'll see you next week, man. Congrats again.
all right, thanks, guys.
Yep. Let's grab the. Well, we know what's getting ready to happen here, so let's just get it. Let's just get it over with.
Get that feller up here.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna go through the normal stuff. Jonah, go ahead. I know what you're getting ready to say, so just go ahead and do it, Jonah.
Hi, guys.
Oh, we got jokes tonight. All right. Well played, sir. Well played, Jonah. Well, hey, man. Congratulations on that third place finish. Really, you know, you hung around in the top 5 all night long. You guys over at JC Motorsports definitely had those trucks tuned up for tonight. So kind of step me through your race there a little bit, especially some of those battles at the end and how you brought that truck home with the third place tonight.
Early on, I just ran it a little bit too hard. Got the tires hot and got hot in there about lap 20, 21 or so. And me and Trevor got together in turn 4. Just a racing deal. I mean, I got in hot, hit the wall. He got in hot, hit me. And we caused a big accident there. But then I kept.
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah, Jonah, you still got a copy?
All right, you got me?
Got you now.
Got you now. Yeah.
My mic went out. Yeah. So I came in the pit and I thought, okay, I just scraped the wall to have a little bit of damage, but it turned out I had like 7 minutes to repair. So I had to come back down pit road, use my fast repair. So that had me worried all race. From there on out, I was just taking it easy and worked my way up, picked the field apart a little bit, and got up in the top 3 at the end. And, you know, just everybody was racing really hard. And Eddie had the fresh tires, so I knew he had a few newer laps on his, so I figured I'd let him go. And then me and Cody got to racing hard, and man, that was fun. There's no room to pass, really. You just got to wait for somebody to make a mistake or overdrive the truck. So I'm happy with the third place finish. I'll take it.
Yeah, Jonah, good solid run tonight, man. Top 3, can't complain about that. So yeah, we noticed you had closed up there on Cody on that last run there after the last restart, and so do you feel like you had anything for him, or were you really just a victim of this track being one groove?
Yeah, I felt like Cody or Scott, because I ended up passing Cody at the end, but Scott, he just, man, he got by me. He was so fast, and there was really nothing I could do for him. But me and Cody were racing just really, really hard, and it, like I said, it just came down to, I think he made a mistake and got into the wall, and that's what ended up allowing me to get by him because it put a little bit of damage on his truck, and it was just enough to give me the advantage over him. So
Gotcha. Yeah, a little bit. I know there was an issue there with that lap traffic with Cody, so might be something we're gonna have to look at there. But man, again, congratulations on the third place finish. Had a really good run tonight. So anybody you need to thank, sponsors, shout outs?
I know, just appreciate what you guys do for putting this series on, man. It's a lot of fun. I know this track's really narrow, so there's probably going to be some tempers flaring after some of the wrecks and stuff, but it's a product of the track. There's not a lot you can do when it's barely a lane and a half wide on the turn.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of them deals that's just bound to happen. So hopefully we all cool off, and next week we have a good race. So
Well, I'll say this about that. I don't think I've ever been in a race in Darlington and only had 3 cautions. So
yeah, it was impressive. I was
I
telling
mean-
Eddie, man, and Scott, I was impressed with how everybody did,
Yeah.
and with how loose the truck was on cold tires. I was expecting a lot of cautions on the, on fresh tires, like after everybody pitted and stuff like that.
Sure.
I figured it was going to breed more cautions, but everybody kept it together really well. So it's pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully people aren't too upset. I mean, it was an awesome. If they are upset, go watch the race, go watch the broadcast, and you'll see what an awesome race it was. And nobody really has anything to be upset about. So, again, congratulations on the third place finish, man. And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
See you, fella.
See you, fella.
They got jokes tonight, Jamie.
They do. Trying to mix it up on us, keep us on our toes.
I
see
thought
if-
I was going to get ahead of it this time, but it didn't work out.
Let's see if we can bring up the race results here. See if it's going to work tonight. Aha! There it is. It's working. So I think we got a problem with that other project there, Pat. We need to take a look at. But anyways, first place, the winner once again, Eddie Smith at JC Motorsports. Coming to second, Scott Sanderson. Third place at the other JC Motorsports driver, Jonah Colbert. And fourth, we got Scott Rankin. Fifth, Alex Cruz, Goat Locker Racing entry. Sixth place, Andrew Kurtz. Cody McElwain, who led a good portion of this race, was leading late. Had some issues there with lap traffic, and just kind of took his night away for him. Ended up falling back to 7th. He is a Goat Locker Racing driver, despite what his driver information says. Coming in 8th, Travis Bieber. I wonder if he's in relation to that other Bieber.
Let's hope not.
I hope not either. Number 9, coming in 9th, the 89 of Brandon Wallace. And Brian Brogan coming in a solid top 10 finish. That New York Islanders paint scheme. Still got 10th place despite that. And 11th, we got Tony Minton. 12th, William Schroeder. 13th, Todd Schott. 14th, we got Uncle Greggy. 15th, Noel Hanna. 16th, Anthony Radel. 17th, Trevor McManus. Trevor was definitely fast early on. Him and Jonah Colbert got together there, turns 1 and 2, and really Trevor must have had to tow or something because he went 2 laps down on that incident. Took him out of contention early. In 18th, we got Ryan Pendleton. And rounding out the field here, the 19th, the number 97 of Mike Bertosa. That is your final results for the Salute to America 100 from Darlington Raceway. Pat, any last thoughts?
I mean, just a great night of racing, and I think we got so excited watching a lot of the racing and a lot of these guys going back and forth. We heard it from all these drivers about just how much fun they're having with it, how competitive it is, but respectful. But got to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Gill Insurance Advisors, for the support that they give us to allow this to put on. Jam Printing and Promotions. I mean, you got the brand new hats today, Jamie. And
Absolutely.
we're shipping a couple of those out to a couple lucky winners from our race last week, and we want to continue to do those things. And we've got some more things that Jam Printing and Promotions is going to be doing for us. Travis Lee Creative for all the cool designs he's done. In each and one of these organizations that we talk about, JM Printing and Promotions, Travis Lee Creative, are veteran-owned organizations. G2G Trailers is veteran-owned. And Tracks for Vets, one of the veteran nonprofits that we support. There's many others out there. Hero Hut is another one we're getting ready to, bring on board with us as well to be able to support them. So I can't say enough about the drivers, but I can't say enough about the sponsors that help us put this thing together to do cool things and all that. So thanks to everybody for coming out. Thanks to all our sponsors. And if those are my final thoughts, Jamie.
All right. Well, I agree with everything you said, so no need to expound on that. I just want to give a shout out to all the people that tuned in tonight on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you watched from and hung out with us and watched these guys duke it out for 80 laps at Darlington Raceway. We appreciate all of your support, and we will see you guys again tomorrow night. Nope, I'm sorry, we will not. We are off. Friday is the kickoff of the 4th of July weekend, so we should be back to racing action.
Monday night?
Are we doing Monday night? I don't know if they're racing or not. It's 4th of July, or hopefully we're back to action on Monday night. You'll get your notices if you've followed and liked and all that stuff, especially if you've subscribed on Twitch. You'll definitely get a notification when we go on. So, hopefully Monday night we'll be back in action with the Magic Monzo Street Stock Series. Those guys have put on a good show the first 2 weeks, so looking forward to that again. And again, appreciate everybody's support and everybody's out here watching us. So have a good evening, and this is it from Darlington Raceway. Yeah, pretty. I know, and I mean, I was trying. I was trying to be not blaming anybody, but that was kind of hard not to. Oh, and I'm sure he is. I am sure he is.
Get the hell out the damn way.
Yeah, I just say